throughout the day, I wrote down all the thoughts that I had gotten worked up about today. And I'll just do the list real quick. Paternity leave is for losers. Kids are not, hold on. This is the list. Paternity leave is for losers. If you're 26, because this is about healthcare right now, 26 is not a kid. If you're 26 and still on your parents' health insurance, you suck a dick. I literally argued over my entire lunch break, was arguing with my wife over lunch about how saving for kids' college funds and buying your kid a car makes them weak pieces of shit. The social safety net keeps people alive who should die. These are the thoughts that I had today. One right after the other, right after the other, just getting worked up about shit.
So start with
the things I thought.
Start with number one.
Oh, paternity leave. I thought paternity leave is for
you're angry about
losers.
the Canadian 18-month guaranteed leave for both parents?
No, I heard somebody say, like literally, I heard somebody talk about how, I don't even remember what it was. They literally said like dads now want to take like a 1 or 2 week paternity leave. And I thought, what fucking cucks have we become that we take time? Like the way I was taught about manhood is literally you show up, you watch a baby fall out, you smoke a cigar, have a scotch, high five your buddies, and then you go back to work that same day. That's the fucking world I come from. Now, granted, when I had a kid, I did take the weekend off. I had a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Luckily, the kid came on like a Thursday or Friday.
I was gonna say, for a 3-day weekend seems fair.
Yeah, okay. You take a 3-day weekend.
So minimum. So let me just say 1 week max, 3 days minimum, depending on the circumstances. But that's honestly, anything more than that is a little silly for the man.
I'm even judging myself for the 3 days. I'm judging myself as a pussy boy for taking the 3 days because I'm saying if I was a real man, literally, this is what happened. My dad watched me born.
Okay,
watched me be born and went to work that night. That's a fucking man.
But what if there were complications? Man. Like, would you lose your job if your child had complications? You had to take 2 weeks off? You had to take a month off?
What's the complications? And number two,
born without lungs.
What does a dad do to help it?
I don't know.
What is a dad going to do to help its kid without lungs?
So you're saying if your daughter
work, that's how you help your kid.
If your daughter was born without lungs, you would just go back to work.
No, I'm saying I think I'm a pussy boy. I think I'm not even man enough for the world that I think should exist.
Okay.
Because in my mind, what a man should do is just fucking not be like literally your kid's born, next day you're back at it. Preferably, like I said, my dad went on like his lunch break and it was like, hey, I'm going to take an hour, guys. I'll be back. Okay. My kid's coming, then I'll be back. Okay. You better do your shit while I'm gone. And I said, that to me was very manly. That is, I think you know me and my concepts of manhood. And to me, that was a giant manhood moment where you just take a lunch break, watch your kid born and you get the fuck out of Dodge.
So what was number 2 on your list?
This thing about 20, like they argue about. So, okay, I get the thing.
Just read that topic. Or what was it again?
26 years old is not a kid.
That's
that's the topic.
I will argue 21. Once you're allowed to drink alcohol, though, you're booted.
Well, I would say 18 is when you should be allowed to drink alcohol. So 18 should be the fucking
but
18 everything.
It's one way or the other. So 21. Then, if everybody's a child, 21. When you turn 21, though, you're fucking out. Thing
with the health insurance, they argue about this thing where it's like, well, we got to make sure kids can still stay on their parents' health insurance until they're 26. And I went, they just basically moved up the age of being an adult from 18 to 26 in like 2 years. Now, the age of being a kid.
This has been going on since 26. I was in college. This is like 10, 15 years. People think 26 is the new 18? Well, it was when I was in college almost 10 years ago, it was fucking 25.
How is that a kid still?
I'm just saying, this isn't a new thing, is all I'm arguing.
Well,
I told you 21.
What I hear is when they're talking about this Obamacare shit, they go, we can't fucking take it to where, kids have to be able to stay on their parents' insurance till they're 26. And I said, they're not fucking kids. Why are they saying kids until they're 26? They're not fucking kids. When you're 26, you're not a kid anymore. Fuck, like honestly, if we just went on nature's terms, you're like a man at like 14.
No.
Okay, you're like a fucking man at 14.
16, 15, that range.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go 16. 16 sounds fair. 16, basically biologically, you're an adult male.
Well, no, I mean, your brain still doesn't work properly, but you're physically a male, an adult. So are females. Your brain just doesn't work correctly. You don't know what to do with your adult body all of a sudden.
Yeah, and then let's be honest too. Like your fucking brain, is it ever really fully, you know what I'm saying?
About 25 or so is when you're...
Yeah, but truthfully, by the time you're 25, you fucking probably destroyed half of it on booze and weed and fucking alcohol and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
some of those things are the same thing.
Your brain. That's my point. See what I just did? Because I fucking wasted my fucking youth on that kind of shit.
I think my bigger problem was banging my head against shit.
Yeah, with you and your football, you gave yourself fucking CTE at like 19. You had fucking no head.
Dude, I'm seriously nervous about having CTE.
You might fucking have it.
I'm not even laughing.
Yeah, it's not really funny, but it's like a real thing that could happen to you because you did all that fucking football shit.
All right, what was number 3?
Saving. This is my lunch argument because I was on fire today. I was talking about like future plans and future shit and business ideas and things like that. And then we were talking about my wife insinuated she felt a little guilty about so far not really having a college fund for our kid, or maybe if we don't get our shit right or make like extra money, having money to where we could buy her a car. And I literally said, that's how you create weak people. I was like, and again, and she disagreed with me because she came from a world where she had those things provided for her. Yep. I always say like this, I have tunnel vision. I've only lived one dude's life, my road. That's all I know.
Yeah.
And under my road, I go, well, this is what I learned from my road. So basically, fuck it. This is all I know, so fuck everything else.
Yeah.
But what I was arguing was that it's like, number one, this is what I said that really got me in trouble. I said, well, if the kid wants to go to college that bad, kid can join the military. Okay.
Well, yeah.
You get it free. That's true. You get it free after that. You do your 4, you get fucking free college. So if you really wanted that bad, or you make sure if you really wanted that bad, you get good grades, or you work 3 jobs and you take, 4 hours a semester or whatever, or 6 hours a semester. There's ways to do it without fucking, having somebody give it to you. That's all I was saying. And if you earned it, it means more to you.
All I have said is, well, I actually agree with you on this topic, and you just ranted me out of agreeing.
Sorry, I was just like, this is where I worry. Every day I become worse. Every day I become more Ebenezer Scrooge. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Let me let you talk.
Well, there's not much to it. I mean, I guess I was raised, my vehicles were given to me and things like that. I came from the other end of the spectrum, but I wouldn't raise my kids that way. Like, I agree, like helping them, maybe getting a down payment or something for them. They have to pay the note, maybe helping them with insurance or whatever. But like, you have to earn this thing. I wouldn't do the way I was done, like, and just giving it, and I didn't respect it, and it was just like I can always get another one. I had no respect for what I had. I would believe that, like, if you make them work for it, if you make your kids work for it, that they would appreciate it. It would be something special that they achieved.
I just remember 2 of the proudest moments in my life, my younger life, 2 of the proudest moments ever was the day I drove that $450 Datsun back home and didn't even tell anybody about it. Just went and bought a car on my own, didn't tell anyone. It was a very proud day for me. And then when I was working at Kroger and I had saved up enough money that I was able to get, and this was another thing I did on my own. So like, I was kind of like a fuck you to my parents, because like I grew up in a household where they were like, TVs in the living room, kids don't have TVs in their room. That is not a thing that happens. So then when I had enough money, first thing I did, fucking went out and bought a VHS TV combo thing and a bunch of fucking movies, and didn't even tell anybody, put it up in my room and just fucking started watching like all kinds of shit. And at the point though, my dad came in, he saw it, and he was like, yeah, good for you. You did you steal that? No, I didn't steal it. I bought it. All right, fuck it. You can have it. And I remember feeling at 15, 16 years, I think it was probably 16. At 16, feeling very proud to have fucking had those things. I remember how proud I felt when I bought those 2 items because I fucking earned them, It meant a lot to me. Especially when I got the car, because the car I worked off of I think I was still getting paid. I think I'd worked up to $20 a day at my summer job. That's what I used to buy the car. Took me all summer, but the TV was more like, that's when I had a real, minimum wage, not a violation of child labor laws job. Yeah. And that one, maybe 2 weeks.
I'm still surprised you were able to find a car for $450 that ran.
Oh yeah. Ran for, I don't know. I had it running for a year or so, probably.
Oh, probably 3 years.
I mean, you remember it, you rode around in it. Now that's the flip side though, is the thing that you said about like appreciating and respecting it. Because it was a $450 car, I did put a duct tape racing stripe on it with a pair of scissors.
Yeah, well, like we did. One. Yeah. The scissors were the hood ornament. I tell you what, the one thing that did last on this, Mitch, one time the license plate was falling off. I fixed it with a straw, and I swear you drove around with it like that for like 2 years. Oh no,
dude, it was like the whole time. I think after it fell, you fix it that one time, and pretty much until I got rid of that vehicle.
Yeah. Your license plate was riding around on a straw.
Held on by a fucking like McDonald's straw. So that was my lunch argument. And then finally, this has not only been my lunch argument, this has been my week argument, is I was thinking a lot about social Darwinism and the social safety net. And again, this is all predicated by my CNN binge watching, which is not healthy for me, obviously. But I've been, I keep hearing everybody talk about the budget and Medicare and healthcare and entitlements and Social Security and all that shit. And all I was thinking to myself is I think we're breaking, because it's all predicated on this. We've got to take care of the fucking indigents and the poorest and the fucking people who need the help and the fucking all that. And I was thinking to myself, we are basically breaking fucking Darwin's rules. We're fucking breaking nature's rules, man. So I've now decided the social safety net is essentially against the laws of nature, and as such is preserving those who should no longer be amongst us.
Well, and it's so like the smart people wait to have kids and the dumb ones have 47 kids.
Yeah, but I guarantee you that wouldn't be the case if they couldn't afford it because there was no social safety net.
That's the question it boils down to, though. If you don't believe in a social safety net of any kind, do you want to see your neighbors starving to death? Do you want to see, I know that's kind of what church is supposed to be for, is like helping the neighbors and shit. The original governments were churches. You help everybody. You can't let your neighbors starve to death in this country.
Yeah, I think that's what we decided, and I think we made a bad decision. And I think we should now say we have gone against the laws of nature, and we should get rid of the social safety net, save the fucking money so we can preserve our fucking country, and then let the fucking people die. That is my thought. Let the people who cannot survive on their own, let them die. Let them die. It's not a popular stance, by the way.
No, obviously not. I'm moving on already.